Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Well, how you doing? How's your mom and him? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. This is Jason with Signature Esports. Pleasure to have you here. If you missed me live streaming earlier, I was out to drive and was not running this course, so it would have been fun to run this course. Not really that good at it, but it is a ton of fun. It is Circuit of the Americas. Cota in action today as the driver's going to get out there and qualify. Here is a look at what it is. 3.4 mile length track it says 3.36 miles right there, but I know it to be a little bit longer than that, and that is according to Circuit of the Americas outside there. So VIP Tires and Service giving you the truck series. I don't know why that continues to say VIP Tires and Service 225 up there. Each and every time. We have to change that every time. Circuit of the Americas giving you roughly about 44 laps of estimated lap times. Stage is going to be at 12 and 26, and the final stage at 44. Cautions are going to be localized. Trucks are going to be having to work all over this racetrack. 20 turns of constant action. You are always busy at this racetrack. James Medrick, give us a like and share. Max, give us a like and share. Chris, give us a like. George, give us a like. Thank you to everybody out there for being awesome. James, you've been in my, I know you got into the stream earlier, but you've been in my mind all day and yesterday and the day before, brother. And hopefully you're doing all right. Hopefully the family's doing all right. Yeah, they're out there qualifying right now, lone qualifying for the drivers. Here's a look at what the track map is gonna look like. Look at that. It is winding and terrifying all at the same time. 3 dots right there, all segments. That's what you're seeing right there. There are 4 different segments to this racetrack, starting with the start-finish line, going into turn 1, and then backtracking out of turn 2. Then a little short shoot, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all huge in relation to what they have. Right now, going through 17, 18, 15, 16, 17, and 18 right there. They're basically 2 turns wrapped into one. There's 18 or 19 right here. It's a left-hander. Sharp left-hander coming up. That's going to be turn 20 on the front straightaway. Big lap times. Man. Yeah, man. Oh, bless you too, brother. Absolutely. God bless you and your family. Much love, my friends. All right, there's lots of people out here doing their thing. We're going to see what they're going to be able to do. I'm going to let them have at it. It's going to take a moment for everybody to qualify. And mind you that they're going to have off track. So whoever the pole sitter is just going to be the cleanest on the racetrack. So let them have at it. I will be back with you. I'm going to let these folks do their thing. It is a long qualifying process. So yeah, right back. All right. This is the qualifying session. These drivers going to be looking for some super speed. And one of the only times we put the track map up is on these turns right here. So we'll see kind of how these drivers commit to their race line. Michael Caffrey is your fastest driver out there right now. And no stranger to wins in the truck series. He does definitely have an awesome race line for the road series, for the road courses here. So Caffrey's fast everywhere, but put him on a road course, and yeah, he's a ringer in my book. Just the way it is for me. Kyle Gretsch very close in that second spot, or that third spot behind Michael Strickland. The end all to be all here is that this is one of those streams that you kind of have to remember that it's going to take some time. I didn't ask if they were stopping for the stages. I would assume that they are not. But we shall see. All right, starting grid for Circuit of the Americas today. VIP tires and service looking as such. Let me bounce that down. Apologies about that. Caffrey is going to be your pole sitter. Michael Strickland, your outside pole sitter. Kyle Gretsch is going to be in there with that Michael Madden to the outside in row 2. Jeremiah Burke, Ed Perry are going to make it row number 3. John Hammond, Cam Dario, row 4. Sam Benson, Caleb Montezaleski is going to be in row 5. Retkin and Nicholas Casey in row 6. Coulter Jr. and Chris Robert is going to make it row 7. Stefan Salas and Robert Church will make it row 8. Bob Garofalo, Philip Caffrey make it row 9. And Joseph Thompson, Donnell Williams, row number 10. Oh, this is a battle of who's going to be there out front for the long haul. What we will keep up with the best that we can. We will keep up with what everybody's doing, how everybody's doing, and of course, and always where the race line predominantly is going to be. We'll try to check in with all the drivers and all the races that had happened. Rob Van Ness giving us a like as well. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you. Max, of course, Chris, George Fizel. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody tuning in earlier whenever I was out racing. That was quite an honor to see you all out there supporting me during the day. I know that that is not necessarily a fun time for me to be driving, but it does happen. Three's going to go to the tail end of the field. 88 holes in front of everybody? Question mark. Brandon Porter giving us a like. What's that, Brandon? Striker okay? Question mark. Michael Caffrey getting the pole here. This is no surprise, though. Mike's super fast at the Road Series. Kind of fun to watch. You know. Good peoples. Kyle Gretsch. Saw him call some races with me. Got to override some driver overrides. As you know, that's how we do things. Here we go. Excuse me. Turn one for the drivers as they went green flag racing here. Circuit of the Americas is all about race pace and speed and carryover and just kind of everything that you need to work on. The look of the race line here is very hot, and that's part of what Cota is now. Circuit of the Americas in Texas. You looked at turn one; it's huge. That front straightaway has a huge incline, 133 feet of total elevation change from the top to the bottom, with pretty much a hairpin turn to get himself back into turn two. Right now, the driver's coming around the outstretch. So I apologize about coughing at you folks. I didn't mean to do that. That's it's kind of the way we see things. Right now, here comes basically the halfway point into the racetrack, which is basically a sharp point that comes around to a long straightaway that curves or dog legs to the right before a left-hander getting into the corner. Turn 13 coming up right about here. Dedicated left-hander, 1.1 second difference between Kyle Gretsch and Michael Madden as the Road Series drivers start to find some good speed. Close proximity to most of the drivers. There's Ed Perry. He's going to be in that 5 spot. Riker off 13, rolls the corner to the backside. Cota Jr. getting the truck rolling as well. Donnie not in the race. There's Robert Church. Going to carry some speed around. Everybody just trying to maintain some pace. A lot of off tracks are going to happen. We're going to see those. It just kind of happens. Joseph Thompson in the 12. Bob Garofalo up here on the outstretch. Here's where we talk about 15, 16, 17, 18. This is one of those squared off portions of the race line that you're going to see. Left-hander right here for the Whataburger turn. And then turn 20 on the front straightaway. A lot of drivers not far off. 7/10 of a second right now as Kyle Gretsch tries to close in on Michael Caffrey. Caffrey very, very consistent here and almost a chance for the win. Some drivers choosing to elect to race the Cota track that we haven't seen in the Truck Series. Kyle Gretsch being one of those. You hate to take a win away from a Truck Series, a driver here that's competing for a championship. Kyle Gretsch gets loose here, hits the turtle. There's the S's. 72 free again. Madden right behind. Jeremiah Burke in the 73, closing in some of his own distance. Ed Perry's inside the top 5 again. In our Joe's towing driver kicking butt taking names. Cam Dario on the 8. There's John Hammond all over him. And we're giving up the race line to the 8 here just to make sure that they stay clean. They are doing some goodness here. And I tell you what, Caffrey, Kyle getting free. He and Jeremiah Burke kind of doing their thing here. 73-72. 73 is going to wash the 72 up here. Battle for second and third doing their thing. 72 I think he's just trying to get the tires out underneath them. 73 hot and spicy there. The look at when I looked at the race information earlier. Let's bound this backwards here, folks. There it is, race info. The track temperature is 138 degrees. That is tough to manage with these trucks. 90-degree air temperature, 34% humidity, partly cloudy skies. That heat's going to stay in the track too. 138 degrees Fahrenheit's blistering. It's going to put those tires, because of grip and sliding around, well over 250, 260 degrees. So if you see these trucks sliding around, well, you know why. Battle Boxx is going on for second. This is what they're trying to track down. Jeremiah Burke and Madden right now, 3/4 of a second apart here. Caffrey, 2 minutes, 23 seconds, and 5-2. Here's your last time for the drivers. The separation of what the drivers are doing. 3 seconds better on that last lap for Caffrey. Now Gretsch looking to close back in just a little bit as you see the battle screen digging in. 3 of 44. Stage completion is going to be lap 12. So a chance for Michael Caffrey to have an opportunity to sweep the stage. It's 100% fuel, means they're going to pretty much run the stage. And that'll be the way it works. Church into pit road here. Coulter Jr. having to jump to pit road as well. I don't know what happened to Coulter. There's Coulter Jr. here. I think he might have just parked it. I think he did. Yep, he did. Phil Caffrey. Having an issue a moment ago, having to stop. He's all good, though. It does look like Mark Retkin in front of him. Mark has himself some nose damage already. What happened to Mark? John Hammond, Jeremiah Burke having issues. They're 53 off the racing surface over there. Caleb Maj, Zaleski. There's the gap. Man, oh man. Caffrey out front. He's going to lead every lap. Mar, thank you for the like. It's Cota. There's not much work here. Cota kind of runs itself. You will either be there at the end or you will not be there. Right now, Kyle Gretsch going to close in some distance here. Caffrey trying to extend this lead, but Kyle getting just ever so slightly faster. 2:24.14 was his last lap, but I wonder how much those tires are going to hold on. He's been slip sliding away. We'll see what the 66 does here. See the S's as Kyle tries to go. Oh, wheel hops for Kyle Gretsch. Gotta misjudge. Don't misjudge those turtles, because those turtles will cause you to have some big issues. Bob Garofalo having an issue. That's your P2 driver right there, Kyle Gretsch. Michael Madden in the 29 and digging. Speaking of points, I need to make sure that I download those. So give me just a second. We'll make sure we talk about the point system and what the drivers are doing. Week 12 right now, getting close to the playoffs for the drivers as well. Let's take a look at the racing schedules. The Truck Series. We're at Circuit of America this time. We've got Motegi next week. Then Bristol. The playoffs begin after that. 3:14 is the round. I believe we're going to do 2-round knockouts, 3-round knockouts, something like that. So New Hampshire, Nashville. New Hampshire, Nashville, then Talladega, then Richmond, Worldwide Technology, and Homestead Miami Speedway will be the... Oh, man, I guess we are just roughly about getting ready to get into June. Excuse me. And after June 17th, I will not be streaming on Tuesdays anymore, folks. Tis the way it is. Gotta do it for the schedule. Gotta do it. Gap between Caffrey is increased 4.9 as Kyle Gretsch takes a look at, you know. All right, let's do the points here real quick, folks. Sorry about it being right in the middle of the screen. I had some updates earlier, and that's the way it is. Andrew Payne currently in the VIP Tires and VIP Tire and Service Truck Series race with 3 wins. Grover with 2, Garland with 1, Madden with 3 as well. Pettit's going to be having a win. So this is going to be a good race for Caffrey to secure his way in. I mean, he sits 8th in points, but there is no guarantee that you'll make the playoffs without having to stretch for it. So that would be really cool. It'll be the 6th that Caffrey wins here. It'll be the 6th different winner they've had all season. And we know that they're really trying to make up some of the ground. Strickland already back up to 8th here as he tries to hold on to some race pace. Of course, Caffrey much better than what's going on. So Stryker here in the 88 has some significant nose damage. Holy cow. There's the 86 in front of him. It's Nick Casey trying to track down Cam Dario here. Caffrey just consistent. That's what he's trying to be. 4.5 second lead, giving up 4/10 of a second here and there. Just trying to keep the tires cool, maintain the race pace. That's probably the big thing about the corners here. Slow is fast, fast is slow. So that's the look at the points right there. So slow is fast, fast is slow. There is Caffrey doing his job. Kyle Gretchen off the racing surface here. As you see, that's Michael Madden. Turn 20 right here to the straightaway. It'd be where some of the more traditional drivers save some of the racing surface. But I tell you what, look at that. Look at that uphill climb. Turn 2, turn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. And then hairpin down here, 11. He's killing. He ain't lying. I mean, Caffrey's a very strong road series racer in any platform that you put him in. As far as what I've seen with him with the NASCAR circuit, now that's my thing. Is that the NASCAR circuit has been where these trucks have. Where the cars and the trucks have really put, opened my eyes to more road series racing. And I like the LMPs. I like the 66 a little free right there. Let me get through the gears. Kyle Gretsch gains a full second here. Caffrey. I wonder if he is just slowing the pace up right now. I'm not quite sure. He just seems to be taking it very easy. He said he crashed right here, but I think he might have just locked up the tires. I think that's what it looked like. Or just stopped suddenly. He locked him up just a little bit. All good. Yeah, he's good. But Kyle closing in some of the pace. He closes in some of this last lap. Went from a 4.5 second difference down to a 3.3 second difference, and now the draft's starting to play into factor here. 3.2 up the uphill strike. This is the open wheel car that shall not be named. Yeah, we can't talk about those, can we? Cannot talk about the open wheel car. Kyle trying to settle some of that in. Lots of off tracks. There's Philip Caffrey. That's the brother to Mike Caffrey. Roberge in the 98. Got some rear damage here on the spoilers. The straightaway speed's going to be lacking, but he might be able to drive a little better in the corners. We'll see. 53 of Modulewski here inside top 10. Michael Caffrey, Stefan Salas, Bob Garofalo, all drivers who have not changed position. They've changed positions somewhat throughout the race, but they have not made that work. 7 of 44, roughly about 5 or so laps away from the end of the stage. Here's a roll down of what the drivers are doing. '66 locking up the tires in the corner here. Sometimes corners speed is faster and slower. Now Gresh here, 7.9 back now, 8.1 back. Even the 66 is feeling the truck tires give away from him. 7 of 44. Now trying to close back down. He ran his fastest lap last time, 2:26.16. We'll see what these drivers are doing. Drivers out there racing. So Bob Garofalo, here's a look. We'll go to the blimp view here. Bob Garofalo is right there in the 17th spot. Your race leader, Michael Caffrey, just came across the start-finish line. About a half a track away, minus some. You see, that's turn 1. This is a good advantage of what the turns look like. Without all the iRacing elevation changes, here's a look at what the turns look like from this blimp view. And it does show kind of where these corners look. Now, without all that, when I talk about that elevation change, it kind of looks kind of bland this way, right? That's what I think, at least. It looks kind of bland, just like curvy road, no elevation. Then you go into these cameras right here, and you see all of the elevation change that's happening here, and you realize just how much these cars and trucks that get on this carts. They have a karting track here. Circuit of the Americas, I think I had it up and I didn't keep it up. They have multiple different styles of tracks here. See, I had it up. I'm gonna pull it back up real quick. See, they have the Grand Prix, they have the National Circuit, they have the karting circuit, they run the Moto America F1 Academy. Formula One was racing there, actually still is racing there. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, Trans Am Series runs here as well. 20 turns for the Grand Prix circuit, and it is 20. Well, I tell you what, fastest lap on record in a Ferrari SF90 happened in 2019. That is the F1 car. Race lap was 1 minute 36 seconds, so a full minute faster than what these trucks are running right now. How about that? 3.426 miles, 20 turns in strategy. Caffrey, 9.8 second difference. Kyle Gretsch trying to close it back in. Michael Madden right behind him. Madden has closed in some of that distance. Stryker here runs his fastest lap of the circuit, 2:25.78. And Strickland about 20 seconds off the pace. Caffrey's going to need to make sure that he is good to go and maintaining his race pace, because Stryker is the one driver who started at the tail end of the field and with some nose damage has worked his way into fourth. Nick Casey and Jeremiah Burke. Well, there's Nick Casey. He's right behind Stryker. Jeremiah Burke, 2:29.79. Drivers figured it out, though. Sorry about that, folks. Been having a coughing fit for a moment here. Caffrey, 13.5 seconds out in front of Kyle Gretsch. Nick Casey's gotten himself back around the 88 of Stryker here. There's Robert still trying to work on Caleb Modulewski or Sam Benson in front of him. Stage is going to go to the completion of lap 12 as Michael Caffrey leads here. Phenomenal race for the Perth Australian. Digging into his race line down to the bottom side of turn 11 down to turn 12 here. Bob Garofalo doing what he can here. Just trying to take it easy. Sometimes it's what this racetrack is all about. Good to see you all out there. Thank you so much to everybody out there. So on iRacing, I can't call it I can't call it F1 series because iRacing isn't affiliated with the F1 series. But I can talk about F1 games and Formula One and all that. We went through broadcaster notes and stuff like that in our dashboard and what we had going on with that. So so there's never an issue when it comes to the way that the drivers receive that. I do wish they did have a Stryker. He's turned around here. Let's see what happened here. He just got heavy into the brakes. Hold on. I don't know why that switched to Bob Garofalo or Stryker. That was off the racing surface here. I think he might have just gotten heavy into the brakes, trying to turn it into the corner. He did. He just looped it around. That's it. Heavy in his throttle, looped it around. He's good to go. Michael Caffrey coming around here to complete lap 12. Barring any other changes. That'll be the way things go. Thank you for everybody's patience. A good stream earlier and a little bit of a chest conflict. Getting ready to have some foam put up on the walls in the office as well. We're going to try to sound suppress and do some things like that. Keep that in mind as we continue to work forward. If you ever hear things change, well, that'll be why. All right. Michael Caffrey to come around, complete this lap. He is around turn 11. He is tracking down. That's the 66. He's tracking down the 20 of Bob Garofalo, who's in 17th. Little road series racing going on. Circuit of the Americas, one of my favorite looking tracks. Of course, my favorite track on the circuit is, as far as iRacing and as far as NASCAR goes, is the wonderful Watkins Glen. It's probably my favorite track to drive. Just you got to enjoy it. And then outside of Watkins Glen, I like Sonoma. You know, all the good things. We're going from road racing to Motegi next week. Crazy, right? What I thought. Stryker having an issue back in 5th. Ed Perry's going to be there as well. All right, turn 20 straight away. See Michael Caffrey come around here and take the stage. And stage 1 will go to that driver. So Michael Caffrey, Kyle Gretsch, Michael Madden, they are going to throw a caution for this. So we're going to have some pace laps here as they will meet up with the pace car. Everybody's going to have to go all the way around and do all of that. They do stop for the stages. Michael Caffrey getting the stage win here. And I like it. I like it a lot. Kyle Gretsch, Madden, Nick Casey, Stryker, Ed Perry, Cam Dario, John Hammond, Caleb Modulewski, Chris Roberge. I believe they're going to have to 8 feet around and catch up to the pace car here. So they're going to take their time. We're going to take our time. And I'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Drivers have finally met up with a pace car, and they're going to pace around here for a little bit. Now, pace laps around this racetrack quite a long time, so grab some popcorn, folks. Go take a restroom break. They're all going to go to pit road at some point here, and get tires, get fuel. Hopefully, they're going to be able to make it on fuel. I think that's one of the big things about caution laps that you never know exactly where the pace strategy is. These trucks get good gas mileage, but you got to be able to make it. Now they will have a green flag pit stop later, but it is kind of the way it is. So these drivers could take their time, get themselves around the racetrack. Michael Caffrey doing a bang up job of leading this race, and we'll look forward to seeing if he's going to be able to hold on to that. Kyle Gretsch behind him has been doing a pretty darn phenomenal job of trying to play catch up. But Michael Madden, the story here is these drivers continue to work. Nick Casey runs 2 minute 42nd on his last lap, and it says that's his fastest lap. That's not true. That's not true. All right, they're going to do their thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'll be back. All right, I've had to catch my breath. Had to get some hauls. I've had to do all kinds of things. Sorry about that, folks. I had to step away. Personally, had to step away. I don't like to have to do that. 3.6 second lead right now for Michael Caffrey as he continues to lead here after the first stage, second stage. Digging in for Michael Caffrey, Kyle Gretsch, Nick Casey in third here. Stryker's been able to work on the truck as well. A lot of drivers getting in and out of pit road. Some of the drivers spending time on pit road getting some damage taken care of right there. Chris Roberts came in, took an extra 41 seconds of repairs. Radkin taking some repairs as well. Sitting a little bit on pit road, 121.85 sitting on pit road there. But Caffrey, in his leading ways, did a pretty bang-up job. Gotten to the point of trying not to cough. 16 drivers still on the racetrack right now. We're seeing Philip Caffrey right here working on that. Robert Church was working on the truck. He's going to be in pit road right now, I do believe. Well, actually shows him out of the race. So it says in pit road, but he's out of the. I guess he's out of the race or sitting somewhere else. But 2.7 second lead is Caffrey runs a 2:24.34. Just trying to take it easy on the tires. Maybe try to swing things in a different direction. 26 is the magical lap. These drivers are going to go to is 66, 72, 86 going to be your top three. Stryker in fourth. Off to from the start of the race. Of course, Stryker was your outside pole position, but dropped to the tail end. Pretty abruptly had to turn left at the beginning of that, so we'll have to see what happened there. Ed Perry in the 33 is going to be in that 5 spot. He's up 1. Biggest mover of the race is Nick Casey. He's up 9. Sam Benson's up 2. Maj is going to be up 2 as well. Looks like Chris Roberts is going to be up 5. He's going to be trying to work on some of his race pace. The Hawk Simworks logo a little dinged up there in the back. Somebody might have gotten to him. Kyle Gretsch runs the fastest lap of the race. 2:22.79. As they dig. Lots of digging. Stryker's getting faster here as well. 2:23.11 was his last lap. That would be his best lap, according to the relative. 2:25.78 was the lap prior to that. Nick Casey, 2:23.46. Not quite his best time. I think it actually might be his best time. I'm not even sure. It's showing 2:40 on the relative there. We will save the project and maybe try to work on. Ooh, heavy brake. Ooh. Right on board with Stryker here. That's that would, you see the braking zone difference between he and Nick Casey. Nick Casey almost getting moved out of the way here from Stryker, but Stryker tried to take it easy. Here's that turn 19, and then you see the straightaway coming up. I'm sorry. When you see turn 19, you'll see the straightaway for turn 20. The 17 and 18 here. You see a flat right here, and then another flat right here. Stryker getting free. You see him having to jerk the wheel back to the left. Here's the Whataburger turn coming up. This is turn 19. The 86 has Stryker closing back down. Turn 20. He's going to break into turn 20. See the left-hander coming up right here. Stryker tries to extend out over Nick Casey. Caffrey out front. And right behind him, 2 seconds off the pace, is Kyle Gretsch. Caffrey won stage 1 and now just needs to try to extend himself out over Kyle Gretsch the way he did before. New tires for this driver. As you look at the chicanes that he's going through, trying to close back in that race pace here. Really digging in the corner here. Kind of aggressively, but I mean, got some right side damage, a little right side wall scrape there. Speed through the gear, second gear for Kyle Gretsch as he gets into the downhill loop. He and Caffrey about 2 seconds off of each other here. Good extension for Caffrey. He's going to try to roll 72 a little better through the gears into the uphill. But they're pretty much staying right in line with each other. The old phone doing the old ding-a-ding-a-ding. Two and 3/10 of a second, 66. A little free right there on the corner. Finally able to grip just a little bit better there. Is the race line for the 66 as they try to straight line down. Now Kyle tries to use that. He tries to reach out and grab more of the corner. But some of the off tracks that are in this racing surface will make you slow down. So if you get an off track and it says slow down, you got to slow down. If not, you get DQ'd. Caffrey out front, Stryker in third, 6 seconds off the pace. Nick Casey right behind. Ed Perry closing in his race line as well. He's in turn 18. Turn 19. I'm sorry, he was in turn 19. Turn 20. This left-hander right here is getting ready to take onto the front straightaway. Jeremiah Burke, an 18, 19 seconds off the pace right now. Roberge, his best lap, 226, and closing, ran 225.74, actually. He just ran his fastest lap. So finally being able to get up there and run. Jeremiah Burke in the 73, just ran a 227.02, his fastest lap. Ed Perry, his fastest lap, 225.99. Nick Casey, somewhere in the 224 mark. But it's not updating correctly for me for him. Mark Retkin, 233.51. Cam Dario, 228.35. For those drivers will be 25 laps to go. Brought to you by Track Racer. Track Racer is the best in the business when it comes to sim rigs and support that. You can support Chop Shop Racing League by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you to the Chop Shop to the track racing site. Also, Chop Shop has a website as well, chopshopiracing.com. If you go check them out, you will be able to find yourself all the links and for all their supporters, all the Mark Redkin way off the racing surface there. You'll be able to find links for their sponsors, how to get involved with the series if you want to have a chance to do so. Also have a chance to win at Striker, take a jab at Striker's money. That's a big factor. Kyle Gretsch still trying to close down on Michael Caffrey. Caffrey at the end of that first stage had almost a 13-second lead, and now we're coming around to complete lap. Basically, we're completing lap 20. 19 laps completing lap 20 right now. We will go down to roughly about 19 laps to go when we get to the end of this stage. Of course, then we'll have another stage break there. And Caffrey just needs to bide his time and hopefully be able to extend over Kyle Gretsch. Last laps for both the drivers, all within massive relative. Lap 17 was when Kyle Gretsch was able to close in about 1.2 seconds to Michael Caffrey. And now he's within striking distance of the draft zone for Michael Caffrey. So Kyle Gretsch trying to extend. Striker getting into the uphill as well. He's getting into turn 1, 6.3 back. Half-second difference, and now Caffrey's going to have to kind of go to work Got to dig just a little bit more out of that truck each lap. You see a look on the bottom. That's Caffrey and Gretsch, what the lap times consist of. Caffrey for lap 17 gained 1.2. Lap 18 gained almost 2/10. Loses a little bit on. Kyle Gretsch gained on. Excuse me. Kyle Gretsch gained on lap 18. Lost on 19. Caffrey gained on 20. So, and now Kyle Gretsch is getting a little bit more aggressive into the corner. Kyle's not going to be able to make the playoffs for this series, but he's going to try to put a dampering on Caffrey here. Would have been great to see Caffrey try to get the win here, but if Kyle Gretsch goes for the pass here, which he looks like he's going to get to the inside of the 72 here. And substituting the drive line here. '66 a little free, 72 more stable this time than what he was last time. Now the battle for the lead between the 66 and the 72 heats up. There'll be at 24 to go. And I believe Caffrey will be looking decent here, but 4/10 of a second difference. And Kyle Gretsch gains in the chicanes basically from turn 2 all the way to the turn 11 apex. 66 gets around the racing surface. 72 tries to straight line drive in. 66 down into turn 2 here. A little right-hander coming around. Turn 3 comes back across as well. This is where Kyle is going to try to be aggressive, I would assume. 66, 4/10 of a second here. You see the 72 try to close in a little bit more now out of the turn 9 and turn 10 flats here, getting around the corner down the long straight. He's about 2/10 of a second faster as Caffrey digs into the corner. Now, I don't know. He might be just trying to save something here, maybe towards the end of this stint, because they're going to come to pit road. They're going to get fuel. They're going to get tires again. There's no way that you shouldn't. Kyle does have the fastest lap of the race by about half second, but at this racetrack, that doesn't mean anything. You can have the fastest lap, but you're going to need to be consistent. 66 just trying to do that right now, trying to save a little bit towards the end of the run. Strickland is catching up right now as well. So Stryker's right here into the turns. Strickland looking for a win here as well. A win for Stryker would boost some confidence right about now in the Truck Series. I think he's still looking for his first win in the Truck Series. 23 laps to go. And Caffrey not really pushing any envelopes here. But in that second, in a final stage, in that third stage, he's gonna want a lead. They choke everything back up, and unlike the other series, pit stops not coming into play for any of the drivers right now. He had a great lead earlier, and the drivers at the basis of having the stage break get put back together, and to have the restart like they did. Of course, we only missed. They had the stage break on 14. They came to. I'm sorry, the stage break on lap 12. They came to pit road on lap 14. Then restarted on 16 because of the way the track worked out. They had to go all the way back around, and so we caught up with them on 17 whenever I had to jump back. 66, 72, 88, 86, up 8. Chris Roberts is up 8 now as well. He's going to be tracking down one more driver, 8.2 seconds back. Jeremiah Burke in the 73 trying to get a little bit faster here as well. Maj, Camdario digging. Right now, Caffrey closes in his race pace. Stryker falls 7 seconds off the race line. Kyle trying to dig a little bit more out of the corner. 66, able to defend here. That's another thing, too, is having the correct race line will force you to... What in the world is going on with the scoring platform here? Joseph Thompson on pit road here was shown out in front of Caffrey there. He must have had an issue and then jumped to pit road. Dead. Whole bunch of drivers, whole gaggle of them having fun. Stefan Salas. Here's the 53 of Caleb Monchaleski. 6 of Sam Benson. There's the 8 of Cam Dario off 3. Drivers just trying to do their thing. A lot of off tracks for these drivers. Caffrey has 33 off tracks. Kyle Gretsch has 32. Nick Casey has 56 off tracks. Ed Perry 45. Roberts 14. Jeremiah Burke 84. Stryker has 25. 63 off tracks for John Hammond. 78 for Sam Benson. That is insane. The off tracks come everywhere too. That's what's crazy about this. You get those tires out there in the green portion where it looks like it's pavement, where it should be working, and that's exactly where your tires are supposed to run. No, that's not it. Like right there, that's an off track right there where the right sides dig out. I don't know. Well, what these drivers have at it. 21 laps to go. A couple of laps away from the end of the stage. There'll be 19 laps to go when you look at that. We'll keep it on exciting. 53 on pit road right now. Maybe thinking about coming to pit road now. Or that's a good idea. Surprised we're not seeing more drivers do that. Caleb Maj in pit road. He's getting a little bit more service taken care of. Michael Caffrey's around the tail of the race line. If he's on pit road right here, he can stay out in front of Michael Caffrey and stay on the lead lap. When everybody comes to pit road, he can put himself out front. I'm surprised we're not seeing more drivers do that. More like Stryker, who needs a better restart to be able to have some clean air. Of course, they know he's pushing really heavily on that truck with that damage that's happening. Caffrey coming around. Maj is leaving pit road, or had just left pit road. He's going to be coming around right here. So that's a good idea. I mean, if you think about it, you're not coming to pit road. You're going to be you're going to catch back up at the field. When you catch back up to the field with a pace car, where the pace car is going to be at, you will find yourself in the lead. Somebody will be. So John Hammond, Jeremiah Burke, they just made a pass. John Hammond back to 7th now. Robert still trying to track down 5.8 seconds to Ed Perry. That just means you're going to have to, Perry here. They're off track, 47. Mark Redkin having an issue back here in the 76. He's got that truck trying to turn back around here. There's a look here. Truck is pretty clean until that point. Coming around, complete lap 24. Just loops it around. Easy to do. Michael Caffrey. Gonna sweep the stages here. Caffrey's fastest lap, 2:23.52. Kyle Gretsch actually has the fastest lap of the race, 2:22.79. Kyle's right there. Caffrey, Kyle Gretsch, Stryker in third, 11 seconds here. Just kind of makes me wonder what Kyle Gretsch is doing here. I think he's had the opportunities to pass him several times. Not able to, just not doing so. All right, they're completing lap 24. Excuse me. The final couple of turns here. Caffrey's just going to need to have a clean exit here, and he'll take stage 2 when he crosses the start-finish line. Going to do so. So Michael Caffrey takes stage 2, and that's the end of stage. Yeah, I was going to say that should be the end of the stage, right? No, 26. My bad. 2 laps away. Or yeah, completing lap 25. I was doing the math, 28, 12, 24, 44, so apologies about that. Lap 26, so right now we're completing lap 25. Halfway through. Ooh, 66. Nails the chicane there. That yellow turtle that you see, it'll destroy the bottom of your race truck faster than you'll ever know. Kyle Gretsch hit it a couple of times earlier, but Caffrey hit it with the bottom of the radiator pan or bottom of the oil pan. Ouch. 2 technical off tracks for both of those drivers. That's what's crazy about this race line. It's calling these drivers off track when in fact they're not. Should be, you have to complete lap 26. So this isn't the last lap. We got one more to go. Right now they're completing lap 25, right? It's going to be at the completion of lap 26. This lap. Yeah, they're completing lap 26. It'll be 18 laps to go. Man, I promise I know how to math. Caffrey will take it this time. Called it 2 laps too soon. Yeah, if we're getting it, there you go. Back-to-back stages. Kyle Gretsch second, Stryker third, and Casey fourth, Ed Perry fifth, Robert sixth, John Hammond seventh, Jeremiah Burke eighth, Cam Dario ninth, and Sam Benson in 10th. They will go around. They will do what they have to do. Circuit of the Americas may not be the race you were looking for today, but I will tell you, it's been a decent race. I mean, Caffrey doing a good job of trying to maintain his pace and his lead over Kyle, but Kyle trying not to push any boundaries. I bet Kyle pushes a little harder this time. I would assume that Kyle tries to get the lead here. I mean, there's more for Michael Caffrey to gain out of this than there is for Kyle Gretsch, but Kyle coming in to run Cota. It doesn't surprise me. He likes road courses, so it's always good to see him out there. Stryker's going to be in third, Nick Casey in fourth, Ed Perry in fifth. They will come to pit road, and a big special thank you to everybody out there. I'm going to put you on the intermission screen. I will be right back. I'm going to go and cough for about 2 minutes straight, and that's just pretty much what's happening here. I'll be right back. Everybody's going to come to pit road here as we'll see them meet up with the pace car. So everybody's going to get back around here. Cam Dario out of the race. Joseph Thompson back here as well. Thompson would be your lucky dog. So Thompson will try to work himself around the racetrack. And Thompson's being shown a lap down. Second caution of the race. Caution's brought to you by my good buddy over at Dark Horizon Fishing. Check out his Facebook page. Took a trip with him. He's a super awesome dude. has guided fishing tours around the James River area in the Chesapeake Bay and James River area. So I encourage you to go check him out, facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fishing. So basically, the way this is going to work out, they're going to have a sprint to the end. They should be able to make it on fuel, if I'm not mistaken. They ran 12 green flag laps, had to pace around to get himself back around. So we should see them maybe 15 laps to go. We'll see. Because Jeremiah Burke came out on lap 9. And he is in the 7th right now. John Hammond, everybody else came out on 4. Caleb came out on 23. But Caleb's going to catch back up here. Caleb will have the lead. If he can catch back up, yeah, he's going to catch up here. So Caleb will assume the lead when everybody comes to pit road. Go Bears did the same thing. Everybody down pit road. Caffrey, pole sitter, flip the stages. Gretsch going to be in that P2 spot. Started third. Stryker was in P2. Started second. Going to be Gretsch gets to pit road a little faster here. So he might actually win this race off pit road. Maybe. Maybe not. He tried to win the race off pit road. He hit his pit style a little bit more cleanly than Caffrey did. Caleb Modulewski, though, is going to be your race leader. So they're going to be coming around. They're going to pace around again. Want to go vocal off. Road courses aren't for choice. I understand. I understand, Mr. Church. How are you doing? How's your arms? How are those arms? That's the thing about road courses in the NASCAR circuit. These things, I mean, with any car, they take a, you take a beating when it comes to the left and rights, but we'll tell you that sometimes your arms just take a beating more so with these NASCAR cars because you're literally pulling. You're pulling the wheel more so than you're letting the momentum of the car carry you through the corner. So, we watched Cota happen last year with the NASCAR circuit. When NASCAR, people were losing tires left and right. I'm glad they don't have those kind of failures in this game, in the simulator, honestly. I mean, blown tires would be cool. Would like to see the tires actually shred. That would be cool. Be lights off on the pace car. They're going to go back to it here. There's 15 laps to go. They should be able to make it on fuel. My calculations are correct. Specifically, they're supposed to be. We'll see. '73, the '98 playing catch up here. Here's the '73. Took some time to get some damage repaired. So did the '98. Robert still up one spot. It's going to be able to get himself back in. The 12 was your lucky dog. He's in pit road right now. He's still going to be a lap down. Or, no, he's not going to be a lap down. He's going to just have to hurry. Because Caleb is, he's fastly approaching. If I'm Thompson, I'm getting a few, 20 or 30 seconds, and I'm going. If not, he's going to find himself a lap down very quickly here. Okay, and because caution laps do not count, he needs to lead. He needs to get himself a couple extra spots here. or since they're gonna be one more caution because they do not because the cautions work out the way that they do, where it's only stopping for the stage, is what I mean. And there are localized cautions only. They're given opportunities. So Joseph Thompson comes around, takes the lucky dog. They have to extend the caution because of that right there. So that is going to change some things. He's going to have to get rolling, play catch up, get himself back around. Unfair advantage there to go lights off with that one lap. So we'll see these drivers pace around for one more lap. I think that's very fair here. MRC Track Racer, and of course VIP Tires and Service. Make sure that you go check out VIP Tires and Service. Here's your commercial.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, or how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Well, that's the location I want you to go check out, West Lebanon, over there in the New Hampshire area. Of course, big fans of VIP Tires and Service, of course, across my platform. But the Chop Chop Racing platform has very much benefited from having a great sponsor like that. Mark Creighton and the crew over there. They have 67 locations across the Northeast, but I highly encourage you to go check out, if you are in that area, go check out Mark Creighton in the West Lebanon store. Lebanon, I say West Lebanon. I can't say it because we have Lebanon, Missouri, not too far from here, and it's not Lebanon, it's Lebanon here. So I have that change no matter how you look at it. But definitely a great sponsor. Go check them out, VIPauto.com. And also check out the VIP Tires and Service Facebook page. I encourage you to do so. But stop in. I encourage you to tell him I sent you, because if you tell him I sent you, he's not going to cut you a deal. He's just going to say, oh, all right. So you heard us on the old esports platform. Yeah, pretty cool. His return on investment is just being the best there is, the best there was, the best there will be. You buy one tire, and he's paid for the entire cost of sponsorship here. So, do it. 67 locations. They just opened a new location. Yeah, that was something we were talking about a week or so ago, and they just opened a new location. But I think he has store 62, which is the West Lebanon store. Super awesome guy. We love him. We appreciate him, and we appreciate VIP Tires and Service, kicking butt and taking names. I want to give a big special thank you to National TV as well. They gave us it's a furniture store over here in the Lake of the Ozarks, and they gave us a pretty darn good deal on a mattress to replace my oldest daughter's mattress. So go check them out, National TV Sales. It's nationaltv.com, I think, or nationaltvsales.com or something like that. But either way, but they have a local store here. They have 21 locations across Missouri. Maj, Caffrey, Gretsch, Casey, the drivers here. 66 ready to go. 72 is going to have Nick Casey behind him. Striker back in 6th right now. A little extra time getting into pit road. Needed to take care of that. Most off tracks right now. Jeremiah Burke, 104. 103 to Sam Benson. Restart zone coming up. Here's the Whataburger turn 19. Turn 20 coming up. Oradamancha. Pace car is going to dive in. This is pit road entry right here. Very dangerous pit road entry for these NASCAR vehicles because that road is very, very bogging. 53, 66. 72 might try to capitalize here. 53 goes. 72 to the inside. 72 is going to try to put it through. Oh, they're going to be 3. Kyle Gratch is going to take over the lead for the first time. 53 to the outside, and drivers are locking up the tires. This is the first time we've seen this all day. What in the absolute ever-loving mind was going on there? It's Nick Casey. 53 heavy braked in the corner. Mark Retkin, I don't know what was going on there. Just didn't brake enough. And then there's a good chance for a pass, but he didn't expect that to the outside. They're still carrying too much speed, I think. Jeremiah Burke behind Sam Benson here. Kyle Gretsch going to possibly steal one away from Michael Caffrey here. Michael Strickland's going to be in third. Now Modge back to 13th. It was it was a great idea to come in and do what you got to do, but now, like, he didn't go. On the restart, he should have went. '66 getting to the back quarter panel of the 72. Now Caffrey in some dirty air. Be the one chance here for Caffrey to kind of bide his time. 14 laps to go. Stryker right there in the mix as well. John Hammond in fourth. It's the cleanest truck in the top 5. Burke battling out with Benson and Roberge. Roberge here be able to work this race line. 6th into the grass. 98 way off the racing surface there to close back in. There's Nick Casey in the 86. He's got a blown engine. See him smoking right there. You know, I thought turn 1 was going to be trouble early in the race. Now it happened at the end of stage, at the beginning of stage 3. Kyle Gretsch to lead here, 66. It just almost destroys his truck going across that turtle. He just needs to be consistent. He needs to do, if he wants this race, he needs to do what he did in the first stage. Consistent race lines. Kyle Gretsch has a full second on him. 1.3 as they get through the S's. And, yeah. If the stages don't happen, Kyle Gretsch does not win, does not lead like this right here. Caffrey had a 19-second lead or 16-second lead at the end of stage 1. Now he's kind of burning his tires up here, trying to play catch up to Kyle Gretsch. All right. Well, it was a disappointing turn 1. A lot of drivers out of the field now. 6 to Sam Benson to the high side. Joseph Thompson able to rebound, though. He's in 11th. Caleb Modge behind at 53 rolling. Stefan Salas into 31. Caffrey is a very clean truck here. 13 laps to go. Stryker bites it there at the end. John Hammond will play catch up here. Leave it on exciting. Kyle Grant, your race leader, pulls a 1.7 second lead. This is the only race that he's ran, and I know he likes road series racing, but he's literally taking a win away from another driver. And I don't know how I feel about that with some drivers who like to choose one-offs on their favorite racetracks. And that's just kind of my thing, but kind of a bummer. Caffrey had a chance here to win his way into the series with the truck series that he's been running this entire time. And it's kind of a bummer. I think I don't know how I feel about that. Stryker runs his fastest lap of the race this last time by 2:23.19, getting faster, figuring things out. 1.7 second lead for Kyle Gretsch, and Caffrey's going to be right here as well. I'm not saying Kyle needs to let him win or anything like that. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't know how I feel about one-off races, and you come out and you kind of dominate, or you come out and you kind of make the racetrack work the way, you know. I don't know how I feel about it. But I am not going to say that Kyle should not race. That's one of those things that I know that he likes the road series racing. I know he likes what he does here, but it's just kind of a bummer. It'd be no different than if I got in and I raced one race and won, you know what I mean? I would ask even though if I won, I would ask to be DQ'd, because I think that's unfair. I think I don't know. Riker in third. Jeremiah Burke in fourth. Now, if Kyle runs the rest of the season, cool. I'm good for it. But if this is the only race he's going to run, then I think that is all for naught. You're taking a win away from a driver who's been here competing. It'd be no different than in the Cup Series, the MPI Cup Series and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Caffrey did sweep both of the stages, but we all know how that works when it comes to the stages. You know, if you sweep the stages, chances are you're not getting the win. I don't know. We'll leave it on exciting. We'll let these. We'll take it down a couple of laps to go and see what happens then. Andrew, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you on Twitch. Much love. Bears up 7. Taking a look at what's happening with these drivers. Kyle Gretsch right now, 9/10 of a second lead. 7 laps to go. Caffrey in second. Stryker's going to be in third here. Get about 10 seconds off the pace here. All eyes on the top 2. They've been close together. The second stage and this final stage going on here. Caffrey is trying to maintain race pace, do what he can here. Of course, I have opinions about racing, and my opinions are my opinions alone. Not taken away. I know I said that, the one-offs and all that. That does happen. There's a chance for you to win some money from Stryker. So that's, these things do happen. So it is racing. Everybody likes their favorite racetracks, and, Kyle likes road courses, so let him dig at it. Caffrey in second. He's talented. He likes these road courses. Nothing wrong with that. He burned his tires off in that first stage. I think I want to check the weather. Maybe the weather's come down a little bit, making that grip a little bit better. One of those things that, I don't think about throughout the road courses, because most of the time the heat just kind of stays there. There it is, right side. Track temperature is about 12 degrees cooler, so that does help a little bit. It was 136 earlier. It's 124 now. So the track temperature has cooled down a little bit. And right now, the top 2 trying to put on a clinic here. 72-66. Kyle can do a lot here too. 66 into the corner here. Trying to apply some pressure late in the run here. 3/10 of a second difference here. Kyle can defend this, though. He can keep Caffrey running his race line and try to put this little bump for the 66. Gets the oil pan over there again. And corner entry for Kyle Gretsch in turn 1 is so much better than what Caffrey has continued to do. And you see you can see Kyle pull away and through the S's here as these two try to track each other down. Kyle just that much better right there. Caffrey doing everything he could before to keep himself out of the back bumper of the 72. So the S is so much better for Kyle Gretsch, that first segment of the racetrack. And now getting into the back portion of the race line, Caffrey a little bit better into the corners here. If he could take turn 1 just like that, I think he's got the better race line. First portion of the racetrack much better for Kyle Gretsch, and then Caffrey better on the back half. As now Caffrey tries to track down a little bit of the race pace that he can get here. There's that crossover move that you can get. If you can get the speed off the corner exit there, you can try to make a pass, but we're not seeing that happen. 6 laps to go. Ooh, 72, a little free right there. 66 all over the back bumper of the 72. Ooh, 72 free. 66 into the corner. And 72 barking the tires right now. 66 might just need to let Kyle do what Kyle's doing, because if Kyle continues to burn the tires off like that, continues to bark the tires like that, he's gonna find himself having bigger issues. Front straightaway here. Caffrey has the better race line here. He's all over the back bumper. He will look to try to go to the inside here. And we'll make that pass. That's a much... Ooh, Big checkup. 72 has to get into the bumper there to get into the brakes there to stay out of the back of the 66. Now Kyle needs to go back to work here. Let's see if he just calms the tires down and continues to run the race pace. He's so much better. Ooh, he's so much better in the chicane. Other than that little bobble right there, that's the first time we've seen him do that since the first stint. He drifts around the corner there. He's so much better in the S's than what Caffrey has been. Oh, this one isn't over. 5 laps to go. Kyle can get back out there. He can make that work. He can make it stick. Strickland 10 seconds off the pace right now. He's closing it a little bit at a time. Five to go at Circuit of the Americas. And right there, there's a mistake right there. Talk about that corner entry, corner exit. You can destroy your vehicle by hitting those turtles. And right there, there's that, you could make a mistake as the race leader. And these things can happen. Kyle doing a great job of playing catch up here, but he's led that middle part of the segment. I'm surprised Kyle didn't pull out more over Caffrey. He did have the better run. Caffrey better on the back half than what I've seen Kyle do, but Kyle Gratch, no stranger to what he's seen. Stefan Salas having an issue. He had to stop heavily. Sam Benson up 1. Biggest mover of the race. Chris Roberts, Thompson tied with that. Roberts needs to close down 2.3 to Ed Perry to take that away. Race line belonging to these two. He's a little free. He's getting free off exit. Go to the dashboard. 1.2 second lead. Kyle had a big lead there for a little bit. He had to. Oh, that's just so abrupt. And now he's doing what Caffrey was doing before. And count it out just yet. Kyle's still within striking distance of trying to take some of this time away. Big racetrack, 3.4 mile racing surface here, 20 turns. By the time this is all said and done, 20 times, was it 44 laps? That's a lot of angle turns. Could you imagine the iRating gain from this? 880 different turns for the safety rating. I mean, there's a lot of off tracks on this, but could you imagine? Instead of Caffrey, what was that? 72 burnt rear tires off. If Caffrey does his job, it's over. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I agree, but 4 laps to go. There's a lot of room for error here. Kyle could be saving some of his tires here too, just trying to keep them, because I mean, at a certain point when you heat up the tires and you have a big racetrack like this, you can cool those tires off by just kind of running a conservative line and then get yourself rolling. Kyle, very analytic about everything that he does. If you remember, he's called races with me in the past, over with the Winston Throwback Series, and of course another series that we were introduced into. He's very, 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 very analytic in everything that he does. So he has a phenomenal race going for him. And right now, Caffrey, who just needed to bide his time and be consistent. I talked about what he needed to do at whenever Kyle made the pass on him, and I voiced my overzealous opinion. Ooh, 72 free right there. My overzealous opinion, which, sometimes I forget that I don't need to be giving those kinds of opinions. Even if he had won, I still would have congratulated him as if this was like the best. And then this is, again, far from over. Anything can happen. Caffrey can make a mistake. 72 can capitalize on that. But like I said, there's so much more at stake with these racetracks and these race lines. Philip Caffrey 4 laps down. He is the other Caffrey. Both of the drivers, the Caffrey brothers from Perth, Australia, from across the big pond. Chris Roberts, 2.9 behind Ed Perry. I'm sorry, 1.8 behind Ed Perry. He is getting through the chicane right here. He is looking for a couple of more spots. There's John Hammond as well. Jeremiah Burke in 4th. Stryker off 1. Just trying to be consistent here. That's all that he really needs to do. Sam Benson off the racing surface here just a little bit. Perry about to be under fire from Roberts. 3 laps to go. The race is far from over. 3.2 seconds. The difference between first and second, but that is something that can be. We watched Kyle late in the run close down some speed before, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do that here. 3.1 as they continue to go. 26.64 was his last lap, and that was 1.1 second difference on the lap times. 2:25.53 to the 2:26.64 between Caffrey and Gretsch. And an opportunity. You see all of those tire tracks, those tire marks right there at the tail end. Caffrey would be the one that I would root for on this race, and I said it earlier today whenever we were live streaming that Caffrey was an odds-on favorite to win at the road course. I didn't know that Kyle was racing, or I would have picked him and gone with that, and I would have been wrong. Kyle gains half a second through the S's, and then on the back portion of the racetrack, that's where he's losing his race pace. Stryker through the S's, very clean. His last lap was about 0.3 of a second faster than Kyle Gretsch. Caffrey 2:26.46 on his last lap, which was the same lap time as Kyle Gretsch before that. Right now, 2:27.85 for Gretsch, 2:27.57 for Stryker. Roberts got himself around Ed Perry. Ed Perry had an issue on 42. Hopefully that wasn't because of this. Take a look here as Roberts looks to go. Ed Perry gets around. He just reduces a little bit. Tires shot on all the trucks. 3 has to whip it back around. There you go. Michael Caffrey, 4.3 second difference here. Kyle Gretsch closing it back down here. That was a good corner for Kyle. 66 just needs to maintain. Long time ago, I was calling this race as if it was over because Gretsch was just fast and pulling away, and even I make mistakes. Dark Horizon, see ya. How you doing, brother? Good race. It's a good race between these top two, for sure. I thought for sure Kyle had this one run, and I was disappointed and bummed as a race fan, and because I wanted to see Caffrey get out here and win very deservingly, putting in the time and the effort in the series for the season. Has been biding his time and finishing inside the top 5, or trying to finish inside the top 5 to maintain some points, but now an opportunity for a win here. He's just 20 turns away from that. Kyle Gretsch in that P2 spot, still running fast laps, and he's still about a second faster than the majority of the field. Jeremiah Burke about 0.3 of a second slower than Kyle Gretsch, but Stryker right there with the 2:27.92. Caffrey 2:27.45. Gretsch 2:28.24, but everybody else 2:28.58 or higher. 2:29.51 for John Hammond. Robert's your biggest mover of the race here. He's 2:29.12, and Perry 2:38.96 on his last lap. That's when he looped it around. Modge here in that 53 up to 2:30.33. Stayed out, so was able to lead a couple of laps, and that's what caused that first that incident that happened getting into turn one. I think this is a different race if that incident on the restart for the final stage didn't happen, and there wasn't a big collection plate offering happening right there. 13 drivers still out there running. Nick Casey out of the race, Cam Dario out of the race, Garofalo out of the race, Madden, Coulter Jr., Church, Williams, McDonnell didn't start the race. He is, and I gave him a hard time for coming in and trying to dominate a race. As a one-off shoot, but you know what? If he'd have won, I'd probably been just as happy because he just likes this kind of racing. Final couple of turns. Michael Caffrey, Kyle Gretsch still can see him out of his cockpit view. Here's the nose cam of Kyle Gretsch here, 6.6 second difference as they come around. Final couple turns here. VIP Tires and Service give you all the Truck Series action. And been a long time coming for Caffrey to get another win. The last win he had was Watkins Glen, but I think that was the last time I saw him. Caffrey able to hold on, find his corners. Kyle Gretsch had his number there for a little while. Makes it work. Caffrey gets the race win. Drivers there's still battles going on with the racing line. Kyle Gretsch finished second. Stryker's coming around. He's going to finish third. Burke in fourth here. He's coming around for the final couple of turns as they continue to go. Here's the officially unofficial results as they continue to work. Burke's still running his race line. He's got a 52-second difference here as they continue to work. John Hammond, as Chris Robert's trying to track him down for the final 2 seconds here. Top 5 day for Robert's would be a good day, but John Hammond still trying to hold on for the final couple of turns here. Jeremiah Burke, wide turn here down the front straightaway. He's going to finish the race right there. John Hammond 8. Hammond trying to hold on. Off track for the 98. Oh no, Chris. Did he at least finish the race? He's going to finish it backwards. Robert finishes the race backwards. Just barely finishes it backwards. Ed Perry will finish 7th. Modge still coming around. He had an opportunity there at the end to make a pass on Hammond. John Hammond took the turn wide, and Robert went to make the corner and then hit the grass, spun himself back around, finished the race backwards. You missed his race the other day. He sent me a link for it. It was really cool. He won a race the other day. Mr. Robert did. He sent me that. Caffrey, I believe that is all the drivers. I'm waiting for the results to update, so bear with me. Redkin's still coming around. I believe he's still working on finishes, trying to get that 11th spot locked in here. Yeah, he hit the grass down there by the on the other side of the green asphalt. There it is. Here's your race results. Caffrey is going to win here. I thought Kyle had that one locked in, but I tell you what, Caffrey being patient got himself back around, so a great job. Kyle Gretsch is going to finish in P2, Stryker in 3rd, Jeremiah Burke, John Hammond 4th and 5th. Stryker's still looking for a win in the Truck Series here, and that's something that he is trying to perfect himself in every race line to be able to do. So a fantastic run. John Hammond, top 5 night, finishes behind Jeremiah Burke. Robert's right there, finishes backwards and enjoys the drive. Ed Perry's going to be 7th. Maj is going to finish in 8th. Sam Benson at 9th. Stefan Salas in 10th. Redkin, Thompson, Philip Caffrey, they're in 13th. Nick Casey, 14th. Cam Dario, Bob Garofalo, Madden, Coulter Jr., all the way down to final drivers, Robert Church and Donnell Williams. Donnie didn't race, I don't think, so is what it is. Let's talk to Michael Caffrey, who's going to be your race winner today. There for a moment, I was worried about you. I called you my favorite to win today's race, and I didn't know Kyle was running, though. And once I found out Kyle was running, I was like, a one-off race for Kyle Gresham, one of the tracks that he likes. Ooh, I guess had a good battle going on there. Talk to me about this race and how you overcame that last stint when he took over the lead.
Where do I start, Jason? It was pretty tense. I guess the key to it was managing those tyres. I sort of when he took the lead for that last stint, I was like, I knew it was going to be really tough, and he put a bit of a gap on me. He had about 2 seconds on me, and I knew I needed to pull something out. So I thought the best way I could do it is really manage my tyres, and hopefully he's pushing a bit harder because I'm putting a bit of pressure there, and he's going to burn some of those tyres out a bit quicker than me. So that was my goal, and I think he might have just taken the edge off a little bit more than I did.
I was getting kind of mad because I was like, if Kyle comes in and wins this, I'm going to be a little upset because he's taking a win away from a good driver and somebody that, I mean, you count the days for road courses because we know that you've been really good at them, and we've watched you win in every manufacturer or chop shop on the road on the road side of things, as well as the oval, of course, but it just seems like some of this stuff just comes naturally, and to be able to. This track was hot too. It didn't seem like there was any grip at all.
No, it was definitely quite slippery out there. The key was, I guess, keeping those revs low and not over working those tyres, keeping them cool. As soon as you've got them hot, you're going to start hurting your lap times. And I knew, even before coming into the race, I looked at all the names on who was racing. I saw Kyle, and here we go. And I saw 3.5 and 1.5 I rating, and I was like, yeah, I knew he was going to be quick. And I saw the times that him and Striker put in, like the 2 minutes 22 on the runs round in the practice. So I knew there was going to be some competition in there. I just didn't know how it was going to play out, to be honest, Jason. Gods are on my side today.
I like to hear it. I mean, I was on your side. I was rooting for you. I know that I have to be unbiased, but I'm a race fan at heart.
It's been a long time between drinks, a long time since I've been up in the stand here, so it's good to get back up into the broadcast booth with you, Jason.
It's always a pleasure. Mike, that also locks you into to the next round in the playoffs, so you don't even have to worry about losing any races or having bad days, and that's it's a win and you're into the next round. What does that mean for, we got Motega coming up in Bristol, some tough racetracks before the start of the playoffs. And so now for the next 2 weeks, you can kind of just relax.
Oh, it's such a breath of fresh air to just not be stressing about, trying to make that cut. So, I can go into the next few races, pretty relaxed and just, see how I go in it. Really, I love Bristol. That's one of my favourites, but haven't really done too much on the trucks there. So we'll see how we go. I'll have to put a few laps in, make sure I know what's going on there.
Bristol's a ton of fun. I like Bristol. I ran Bristol earlier. I actually ran it in the what was it, the Pro Lates, Super Lates, something like that. Whatever the C class stuff is on iRacing. That was the first race I streamed today. That was a ton of fun. Mike, always a pleasure, my man, and I'm so happy for you. I was rooting for you today. I wanted you to win today. Again, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but sometimes you just know where people belong or where their strong suits are, and I was hoping everything was going to go right for you today because, one slip up and it's a different race.
That's right. Yeah, it's mate, just so much focus the whole time. You know, and I made a few slip ups earlier on, and just like overrunning a couple of corners here and there. And I was just trying to manage that distance in those first two stages. And in that second one, Kyle was right on me. I was like, I knew the pressure was on, and it was really fun race. It was tough, but it was a fun race. Yeah, so yeah, it was good.
Love to see it. Mike, give you shout outs, my man. Victory here at Circuit of the Americas.
First and foremost, I'd just like to thank my wife for letting me race with you guys. I'd love to thank Signature Esports, yourself, Jason. Without the broadcast, we wouldn't be able to get this sport out there. Chop Shop, John and Striker for all the work they do to put into this league. And it's not easy to keep it running, and they do an amazing job. I'd also like to thank Kyle and Striker for P2 and 3. Kyle, he was going to push me the whole way. It works me. And I'm after the paint. And last but not least, VIP for tyres and auto service from West
West Lebanon. Yeah,
I've actually been there, West Lebanon. Yes, I'd like to thank VIP Tyres and Service for sponsoring the series. Thanks very much, Jason.
Always, Michael. We'll see you the rest of the week. Go enjoy the victory, brother.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Caffrey does it. Kyle Gretsch, the Wall Trip extravaganza. Boy, I was rooting against you.
You're not the only one, apparently.
In the worst way, I was rooting against you. I saw you come in, and I was like, he's gonna run a one-off race in here. He's gonna win it. I'm gonna be mad, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
What's with the negativity with me, man? I was running out in front, and I was having fun. I'm like cruising, and then someone comes over the radio, is like, "You got this, Caffrey." It's like, come on, man.
I love you. I do. I mean, we've called races, and I talked about it earlier. I was trying to explain that I'm a race fan at heart, and I know that Caffrey's been building all season to get to the Circuit of the Americas to be able to go out here and have a phenomenal race. And then I see you in here, and I'm like, he loves road courses. Kyle's out here. He's going to get in here, and he's going to do something. And then the first stage, I was shocked. It just seemed like the track was just too spicy at first, and then second stage, it was much closer. That restart, though, at the beginning of stage 3 was interesting, not from your point of view, but from the outside point of view looking in. You were able to just make that pass and not look back. What'd you need there at the end? I know Mike was trying to preserve his tires, but I thought for a moment there, you could let him go, cool your tires back down, and get back at it.
Yeah, so the big thing here, like at the beginning of the race, I jumped into this last minute. I wasn't expecting to run here. Some stuff happened to where I'm kind of just free now to kind of pick and choose where I'm running. So I just kind of jumped in. I did like 16 laps of practice, and that's all I had coming into this. I will say I hate Cota. I think Cota is a garbage road course. I think there's every other option in the U.S. is better, but that's another topic. I saw him get away from me, and I was like, okay, I just need to work on my rear tires because he was just blowing me out the water. Then I did a better job the second stage to where I was behind him coming to the end, and I just had the confidence of thinking like, okay, if I just do what I did there, maybe a little bit more extreme, I could just like kind of just keep him behind me. So I felt like I was doing a good job there, and I mean, I just didn't gap him, and he just got right back by me and passed me, and here I am, the rooted against guy sitting in second place.
That's okay. That's okay. And that was the thing. I was like, because I've seen it time and time again. Some drivers get in and they're like, I'm just going to run this one racetrack, and they win, and they bounce and they don't ever race again. You know what I mean? I don't like that kind of racing. And you're not that kind of race driver, which is another thing. And that's what I was saying. I was saying in the broadcast that you're very analytical. When we have our conversations, when we've had our race calls with the Winston Throwback Series and the things that we've worked on together as far as argumentative and where we've we don't always see eye to eye, but we love racing so much that it's very competitive. You know, we're all both very competitive in that nature. The idea sometimes is that, you know, you have your mindset, all right, Caffrey's going to have this, and then, you know, somebody disrupts the race flow. And at the end of the day, I looked at it and I go, you know, Kyle is very deserving of being where you're at in this platform, because you've built yourself on the reputation of being analytical enough to think about things. Like we talk about overthinking before, where I overthink or we overthink a problem or solution. And to see you get out here and perform well, first race in the trucks with these guys, and to get out there and pull a P2. And I know you're fast everywhere. I mean, you run the Cup Series with them. You get out there and you put down these laps with the Chop Shop guys. To take apart that Tuesday night kind of look and say, you know, I'm going to run Circuit of the Americas. Where does the mindset kind of throw you when you're able to pick and choose your racetracks? But not just that. Actually, I'm going to ask you, why do you think Circuit of the Americas is garbage? I have to ask now. Now I'm curious.
Well, like you have like multiple different road courses across the U.S. and, you know, you've got good road courses. You think about like Watkins Glen, you think about Sonoma, and all these other racetracks where you have kind of these natural flowing corners where you can have these sort of nice runs out of them. And it's most racetracks that are, you know, older in the U.S. have that thing where they're built off of public roads, so there's kind of an ebb and flow to them. I think Cota is built to be it's built to be a Formula One track, but I have a huge problem with kind of a lot of the Tilk designs when it comes to making racetrack. If they put grass around most of this racetrack to where you couldn't cut corners and stuff, I'd probably be a little less harsh on it. But I think with most of these corners being more than a 90-degree corner, hairpin, and then having these corners where it's so constricting to where it kind of makes it hard to even have a thought of trying to pass people is not really conducive to being a good racetrack.
It almost feels forced, like especially for the NASCAR circuit. And we'll talk about Formula One. This track's great for Formula One. It's good for the motor circuit. It's good for everything else that outside of NASCAR. And I kind of agree, and that's the reason why I asked, is because when you drive this track, it almost feels forced. The corners feel forced for the setup of these vehicles.
Yeah, and the corner after the S's, I think that's a terrible corner. It's where you have all the momentum throwing you to the left, and then you have to kind of hold the car right to then go left again. There's no kind of flow to this racetrack, I don't think.
Turn 1 was dangerous. Hairpin turn for turn 11 is dangerous, and then I think that. So here's what I noticed though. You were really good through the S's. From 1 to 11. That was your racetrack. As much as it kind of sucked, you were the best in that segment when it came to the drivers in and out of there. Even late in the run, that was your best segment. You were losing more on the back straight. Is that because when you got into turn 11, it kind of turned itself around?
So one of the things I think that happened is I got into the 73 car. I need to figure out what his name is. Who is in the 73 car? Jeremiah Burke. I want to apologize to him again because I was behind him and he braked a little bit earlier than I was expecting, and I kind of panicked and locked up the tires and smacked into the back of him. But I think I have damage. It's not super visible on the front of my car, but I felt like I was very, very slow down the straightaway on the top end. So I feel like that was part of it, what came into play after the second stage.
I got you. Well, you did have damage, and I tried to take that into consideration. But I tell you what, through the corners, you were fantastic, Kyle. I can talk racing with you all day. I was rooting against you because I wanted Caffrey to win, but I didn't want you to finish outside the top 3. I mean, that's kind of how I was.
Hey, I get to talk to you, and also you mentioned the Cup Series. I have not finished on the lead lap in the Cup Series. I wanted to finish on the lead lap, and I finished second. So,
you know what? You'll get there. We'll get you on the Cup Series. And the Cup Series side it's been good racing. It's just been mishaps kind of just happening, and sometimes and I root for you whenever you get on. I see that white and blue Napa wall trip paint scheme that we won't say the S word. when I see it out there, I'm rooting for you. I really am. But I was rooting against you today because I wanted to see Caffrey lock himself into the playoffs. But I also didn't want to see you have a bad day. So even if you had won, I still would have congratulated the same way because I like watching you run road courses. I think it's just awesome. But Kyle, my man, congratulations. P2 finished today. Give your shout outs. And are you racing Saturday?
I'm not racing Saturday. I would be racing Friday. I don't think I'll race Saturday. I really don't know what I'm doing. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, just I'm going to be racing Friday, and I think I'm just going to be kind of part time in the trucks and the Cup Series for a little bit, bouncing back and forth. Shout outs wise, I just want to shout out my YouTube channel. I've been just getting into streaming. I'm streaming this from my perspective. For the, I think, second time I've done a stream.
Nice.
I'm also hosting some events for myself, just randomly, kind of like every 2 months or so. Doing a multi-class Talladega Nights thing where we're taking some cars with lights and doing a 1 hour, 30-minute race there. So if you want to get in on that, keep your eyes out on the Reddit for iRacing and whatnot, and kind of check that out. But yeah, I'll let you go and grab the next guy, Striker. I thought he was going to be it.
And I didn't. I know that Striker's fast, but if he took any kind of damage, he's heavy in the foot. So, and I'm going to tell him that. So, I love him. I do. But he got a little bit of damage, and that happened early. So, Kyle, YouTube channel.
YouTube channel is Sexy Waltrip.
There it is. See, I'm gonna let him say it. It's his YouTube channel. Now, yeah, go find him, folks. Kyle, much love, my man. We'll see you Friday. Oh, hey, actually, I do want to talk to you about something coming up. Actually,
Gotcha.
So we'll I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Okay.
I can do it after, if you want to.
I've got. It's 10:00 my time. I got to get kids to bed. School's back in session. Yeah,
right.
But I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Okay.
Peace for real this time.
Peace for real. That's Kyle Gretsch. He's awesome. Let's talk Striker. Striker. I have to say it because I said I was going to say it. And I knew you were trying to be fast. I knew you were going to be fast. You're always fast. You didn't get a win this time. You're still looking for the first Truck Series win. However, I'm going to give you a little crap. Every time you take damage at a road course, these things seem to loop around on you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't anticipate to be good at all today, but I was laying down quick lap times and generally was the fastest in practice. So maybe it just got to my head and I was just driving in probably a little bit too deep. I think I hit Benson at a breaking point, Sam Benson there. I apologize for that, Sam. And we ended up getting front damage on the truck. And ever since we got that, I'm not going to say it was never the same because I never got to the front to be able to run with the guys. But it wasn't laying down the same lap times I was earlier. But, that's no excuse. It's all part of racing. Kyle and Caffrey were just the class of the field today. Congrats to them boys. They were better than I was today.
Yeah, I was rooting against Kyle. You probably heard it. You probably heard it. I hopefully you heard it because I was like, if he wins this race, I'm going to be so mad.
So I knew when Kyle went out and got a little gap on Caffrey there in the last lap, I knew Caffrey would probably reel him in, but it's just so hard to pass. You just never knew. But he's a wizard when it comes to these road courses. He knows how to save. He knows where to make the pass, and evidently he did it cleanly and obviously just walked away there at the end and won it. Congrats to him.
I turned one pass, man. I turned one pass. That's tough to say the least. Speaking of turn one, restart for the final stage there. Chaos ensues. How do you keep yourself clean from that?
I have no idea. That happened either right next to me or right behind me. I believe the 76 missed his breaking point and ended up getting collected, but I don't know. We'll have to go back and check out the review to know with 100% certainty. I knew it was going to happen. We were having, at least from my perspective, a really good race. The entire 44 laps up to that point. I don't think there was a big accident like it was there. I was the beneficiary of that. I probably wouldn't have finished third had that not happened. So to whomever that brought out that, well, didn't bring out a caution, but whoever did that, I mean, I was the beneficiary of that. But it is what it is. It happens. It was going to happen. I feel bad for everybody that was involved, and hopefully, we can go back and learn from it and obviously try to avoid that in the future.
When I went back and reviewed it, because I did go back and look at it, because I was like, how in the world did this happen? Because I was a little disappointed that it happened. I was like, it's so clean so far, a little contact here, not because somebody self-spins, it's like, how does that happen? How does Kyle get the lead? I'm salty at that particular point. Which, of course, I'm a race fan, and I'm rooting for Caffrey, because I want to see Caffrey lock himself into the playoffs. This was his chance to do so. He's been having a consistent season, just that it's that 6th different winner, just the different ideology of what's happening out there. 76 does get into the corner hot, but he gets into the corner good enough to make the turn. Benson was close. It was trying to cut into the turn in turn 1. So did he miss his breaking point? Kinda, but it was a good aggressive move that just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It
happens. It was a matter of, it's going to happen, especially in the last restart. Everybody's jostling for position. It's so hard to pass. You got to get them when you got to get them, and I guess they all thought that was the time to get them.
Yeah, it's actually we're looking. There's Striker right here. Here's the restart. 53 just kind of didn't go, and he gave the line up to the 72. Caffrey goes to the inside. There's Striker right here, 33 to the outside. Big brake bump to the 86. Yeah, he kind of got in heavy. Yeah, I mean, you were clean. You were clear through that.
Yeah, see, that's where I saw 76 in the mirror. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened?
Yeah,
but it looks like they were banging before then.
Yeah, here's where Mark Redkin. I love Mark. He's my neighbor from the northeast. He gets in the corner here. He's got good speed. He goes to brake. He sees this happen to his bottom left. He just does not expect. Look. Oh, look.
It just doesn't stop. Yeah.
He tries to stop. He almost right here. He's gonna make they're 4 wide right there. He's going to make the turn here. He's trying. He's locked the tires up. He's good down. 86. Boom. Bad collection plate offering for all of them. But, it happens. But I was rooting against Kyle. I was a little salty. I was like, if he just races one race, I'm going to be mad. And if he takes and wins it, I'm going to be even more mad. But you know what? He's got a lot of talent for the road courses. He's got a lot of talent overall too. He just has had some bad luck in the Cup Series, but Mike, you need a dang old win, and we got Motegi next week, and then Bristol after that, before the playoffs. I mean, you're shooing for the playoffs. I mean, you're locked in pretty much on points, so unless you miss a race, or you miss the next 2 races, so. What track are you kind of looking forward to, even going forward, regardless of playoffs or not? Where do you see yourself kind of finding the finding that win for the trucks?
I'm hoping next week in Twin Ring Motegi. Not a lot of people have had a lot of practice there, so we'll be hosting practice throughout the week and see how that pans out. It's kind of a one-off, so. I'm hoping that we can have a good finish there. Other than that, I mean, we'll skirt in on points if we can and kind of play it by ear. But I'm just happy for everybody that's got in. Caffrey finally locked himself in today. He's going to be ecstatic about it. I'm super happy. Kyle's a good guy. I mean, had he won it, it was well earned and deserved. That second place is solid. So regardless if it's spot racing or not, Kyle's a good dude, and we appreciate him on board.
Oh, for
So
sure. He's trying to get some of your money. That's what he's trying to do. It doesn't matter win or lose. He's just trying to get your money.
He's close. He's got to keep doing it.
But no, he is a solid guy, and I'm not trying to take away from anything. And I had to go back and correct myself in the stream to make sure everybody knew that. Hey, I don't mean that I don't like Kyle. I like Kyle. He's a great racer. I want him to succeed, and I didn't want him to win. I wanted him to finish inside the top 3. That happened. And Caffrey did. I was rooting for Caffrey. He's such a deserving guy. Like this was a race where you're like, all right, Caffrey's got a good shot. I'm rooting for him. He's had some bad luck, but he's had some good luck. He's a good racer. Let's see what happens. But you're an even better racer, man. You've gotten wins in all the series, and I get to watch you race all the time. Mike, you're killer, man. You guys are doing a great job over here. Give your shout outs, of course. It's your time.
Appreciate it. Just want to run down a couple of the sponsors. Obviously, our main sponsor here, VIP Tires and Service. We appreciate everything that they do for us. Signature Esports, of course, the best in the business. Without them, we wouldn't be able to be broadcasted and obviously hear your special voice. Couple other people, Admin Boxx, Baller Status, B&B Music, My Three Sons. These are all sponsors of ours. We can't do it without them. Big shout out to my boy John Hammond. We don't usually give him props, but without him, we would all fail. I mean, this whole league here is basically on his shoulders. He's the man. He doesn't get enough credit for what he does. He hasn't been racing much. He's been working pretty much every single day, but I want to make sure that he knows that we appreciate everything that he does, and it's not going unnoticed. And big shout out to Amar at Amar Paintworks. He's our digital guy. He does all of our paint jobs. Anybody needs anything, make sure you go out to him. And a huge shout out to Joseph today. He did our admin, our race controller, and he did a great job. So we appreciate everybody out there. Any friends or family that are out there, we thank you very much. All of our fans, everybody at Chop Shop, we appreciate you guys. And we're going to Twin Ring Motegi next week.
That's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that one. I actually had to buy the track because that's one of the ones I don't own. Very few tracks on iRacing I don't own, and that was one of them. So it'll be
fun.
Yeah, but I mean, I've watched it in real life, or I've watched races and not in real life. I've never been to the track, but I've watched it on television, and
I don't think I've ever even laid a lot there, so it's going to be a learning curve for us, but it's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. There's a kart track there too. That's pretty awesome. ESPN the Ocho. So, that's sorry, dodgeball joke.
I got it.
A lot more racing. No, Motegi's a great racetrack. I think you guys will like it. Bristol's going to be a ton of fun. New Hampshire's going to be fun. Nashville's going to be fun. You've got some tough tracks coming up, and then Dega, Richmond. I'm glad you're going to Worldwide. That's my other local track. Yeah. It's like backwards Darlington. And then Homestead. I'm looking forward to Homestead. I'm so glad you guys are running Homestead for your final race. That's like the true championship race for me. I like Homestead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We like to mix it up every now and then, but I believe the trucks in our season ends at Miami Homestead, and we all love Miami, but it's fun. There's always a race in there, so it's only fitting to end this season there and crown a champion.
You know what? I didn't realize that you're ending the Cup Series at Kansas.
Yeah. We, like I said, we mix it up. So I think the trucks is at Miami, and the
Charlotte.
other two are different.
Charlotte
different
for the
tracks.
Xfinity, and then Kansas for the. I'm happy for Kansas. Yeah. And then you're gonna run Gen 6, right?
No, on Wednesdays with the Winston, but not at the Chop Shop. At least not anytime soon.
I understand. Chris says, I will not be racing. You're going to miss your first truck race because, it's your 12th year anniversary? Dude.
Family comes first.
Always. Mike, much love, man.
Appreciate it, Jason. Get some rest, man.
I'm going to, well, you know what? I've been sucking on some halls. I've been inhaling some Vicks Vapor Rub because I got into like a 3-minute coughing fit earlier and I couldn't stop. It was weird. It's crazy. Next week.
Yeah,
he says next week. Well, happy anniversary, brother.
Happy anniversary.
Mike, be good, brother.
Later, Jason. We'll catch you later, bud.
That's the man, the myth, the legend, the striker, the 88. Caffrey gets the race win. We love talking to everybody. I appreciate you all. It was a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Was I really talking for that long? Boy. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. No way. Oh, I started a little early for this series. That's right. Okay. All right. I was just making sure I didn't overshoot myself. Well, you guys had me have so much fun earlier. That I'm enjoying the talking. Cota's a ton of fun. I agree that there are better racetracks out there for the NASCAR circuit. But if you've not ran this in the open wheel cars or LMPs or the Mazdas or I encourage you to get out and run this track in something that's not a NASCAR car. It's a ton of fun to drive. It really is. Now, it can be fun to drive in the trucks, the Xfinity and the Cup cars. You just gotta have guys like Caffrey and Kyle and Mike and all these guys here at the Chop Shop Racing League doing that. Yes, I was rooting against Kyle, but I was rooting against Kyle for a good cause because I wanted Caffrey to be able to lock himself into the playoffs, which he did. Kyle had a P2 finish, which is so awesome. And he could have won this race, and I'd have been a little salty that Caffrey didn't do it, but Caffrey would have had a good shot at points too. So, and he did get some stage points for. Not only did he get a win, but he swept the stages. So he had some bonus points coming from the stages too, so which is cool. But and some extra cash. Those guys got some payouts coming. It's going to be awesome. Michael Caffrey wins here the Chop Shop Racing Series, VIP Tires and Service Truck Series. I tell you what, guys are going to continue to do it, and they're going to continue to kick butt and take names. Yeah. We're going to keep going. Keep doing it. When's the throwback tomorrow? What are they doing? They're at what racetrack are they at tomorrow? Winston Throwback Series tomorrow. Where's your schedule? There it is. Yeah, tomorrow. Dover. Yeah. For 200 laps. Yeah. Gonna be good. You're welcome. Appreciate everybody. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. If you don't, well, you're not my friend. Thank you to VIP Tires and Service. Thank you to my sponsors, Rogue Energy, NordVPN, HelloFresh. Make sure that if you're out there on Twitch, you donate some of that hard-earned cash over to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, which is still one of the goals we're trying to fulfill. I am not going to stop that charity goal until it's fulfilled. We earlier we got another $30 donation. We had a $15 donation from Spicy, and a $15 donation from. Was it? I can't even look at it now. I will find out who it is, but make sure you do so, folks. Keep killing it. Be good. Be safe. We'll keep doing what we do as well. I know that Iracing is what made us what it was, but I think tomorrow we'll be streaming again. I'm probably going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. It'll be a surprise. Maybe I'll do some more iRacing. Maybe I'll do some more streaming. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do something. But I will have the gaming stream coming up very soon as far as the game development with Unreal. I said earlier today that I was going to need to get a new M.2 and or get another M.2 to be able to keep the storage. So I went ahead and ordered that. So that should be hopefully here in the next couple of days. And that's going to be, that's a big thing because, I mean, honestly, we just didn't have enough space to be able to hold that big of a game. So we're going to do that. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real nice to to get some more working. But outside of that, folks, it's a ton of fun. Thank you so much to everybody being out there. Be good, be safe. We'll see you in the next one.